Thank you.
Many skills lost among the false values of city life are still in everyday use in the rural sector. Very few city people, for instance, can lean on things properly. The placing of a hat at precisely the right angle is not something city people care about. No time is taken in the city to perfect a balanced stance for drinking a glass of beer.
I'd like to shout everyone a drink. Very good, sir. Take it.
Well, it's a beautiful, fine, sunny day with an expected top of 21 degrees, and I'll be back with more music right after this break.
Jackson's, serving the community for over a quarter of a century. For all your toweling and curtain requirements, Jackson's, where quality is included in the price. Is your muffler tired? Does it growl and rumble? Is it the sort of muffler that'll end up costing you money? Stan's Mufflers, opposite the quarry entrance,
Let's be
are waiting to
reckless.
fix your
Same again
muffler.
for everyone, thanks.
Everything Stan touches shuts up altogether.
Had a bit of luck at the races.
Right, I'll do the talking, Pat. Any questions, take a mental note and ask me afterwards. Morning. Great harvesting weather.
Can I ask you something?
Ask me afterwards.
Will you tell me afterwards what crops are harvested around here on August the 3rd?
I'll ask the questions, Pat.
Judy, I don't want any calls on 403 for half an hour. Yes, yes. No, I don't want any on 404 either. Sorry. Stan Clements, yes. Runs our super fund. Us, Vermin, Land Reclamation, TDP and Soil, we're all in together. Good fella, Stan. 35 years service. Solid as a rock. And then a few slight problems. Money missing. Stan not in the office a lot. Appointments missed and so on. There may not be anything in it. I hope not. Ask around. Be discreet. Nobody knows you're up here. That's why you're here. Report back. Ring in, I think, rather than come in. Here's a copy of the super account. Disbursements is the problem area, as you'll see. Now, copy?
Yeah, thanks.
Please. The coffee shop's over the road. Oh, of course.
No, I don't know a thing about horses.
Come on.
Well, I know a bit, but not much.
Well, you know enough. I mean, you don't make $6,000 without knowing something about horses.
Well, maybe. But then you go to a racecourse, and there's blokes there that know every horse that ever lived, and they're losing money hand over fist.
Well, how do you make $6,000 then?
Better luck.
Oh, I bet you don't do that very often.
I don't have to. Anyway, look, I don't want to get into an argument. You blokes asked me, and I told you.
I've lost my briefcase.
I was probably back in the office.
Well, it's no good to be there now, is it?
You go on. I'll catch you up.
I'm sorry.
There are only two places you ever see blokes like this. Driving lifts in obscure government departments and on Mastermind.
This, lass, Will she be working with you on this one?
Who, Pat? Oh, no. She's not, Well, I've got a junior partner who does most of my legwork for me. He's quite a capable field man. He's in town at the moment getting me some background on an overseas situation.
Sandy, I don't want to know his name. Because I'm not interested. The name of my wife's boyfriend isn't something I desperately need to know. Bob? Bob who? Nothing, no, it's an excellent name. I had a pig called Bob. Yeah, of course I'd like to meet him. Yeah, although not tonight. No, I'm washing my hair. Well, he can meet me some other time. Look, show him the wedding photos. That's me next to the woman in the white frock.
Stan Clements. Tell you something about Stan Clements. Gambling.
Harvey Wallbanger, please, Dave. And a Kahlua and Coke for Shagger, and you better get the mayor a beer.
And you say you don't know anything about horses?
Now, I didn't say that. Now, be fair. I said I don't know very much about horses.
Oh, you don't know very much about horses?
That's right.
You're just lucky.
I'm lucky with horses. Always have been. I only go to the races twice a year, earn enough to live on and give it away. I'm not really a gambler. And what are you drinking?
Nothing at the moment, thanks. Well, I'll tell you something, friend. I reckon you're full of piss and wind. Now, I don't know where you get your money from, but I do know a little bit about picking horses, and nobody's that bloody good.
Listen, I don't want to upset anyone. I was passing through and I wanted a drink. Now, if you don't believe me about the money, that's your business. That doesn't worry me. That's fine. So let's just leave it there, eh? Listen, you know Laurie Smith runs the Imperial at Gabberjuck?
No.
You give him a ring and ask him if I didn't pick the card there last Saturday. Another beer, thanks, Dave.
No, I don't want to go over it all again, Sandy. Yeah, look, come into town tomorrow. I'll buy you lunch. Yeah, we better sort this out.
You picked every race.
Yep.
Bullshit.
You ring Laurie Smith, the man's in JP, he was with me. You ask him.
You reckon it's just luck?
That's all I said.
And you don't have to know much about picking horses?
Not much, no.
Yeah, how many winners?
7 out of 8. 8 sometimes, whole card. At least 7. Minimum 7.
How often can you do it?
Every time, and I don't even have to know
know much about picking horses.
That's
yeah,
right.
So you said. Well, that's good, pal.
Why?
Well, we got a race meeting here the day after next. Let's see how many bloody winners you can pick for that.
Rest assured. I love the country. I always feel much more at home in the country.
Do you come from the country?
No, but when I was a kid, I spent a lot of time in the bush. Yes, the moment the air hits my nostrils, I feel relaxed. I even think differently in the country. The whole place seems saner somehow.
Oh, when we come back up, we'll have to go horse riding.
Horse riding? No, I don't trust myself. I push them too hard. I go a bit D.H. Lawrence with horses.
George, got a minute? Look, mate, I'm sorry to drag you all the way, but, well, something's come up, which I think may, and I stress the word may have serious ramifications for the town at large. Now, you all realise that we as a council have a serious financial problem. The recent community arts pageant was, well, frankly, a fiasco. Now, I know you may say the experience was invaluable. However, the facts are, financially, we are up shit creek to the tune of about $1,000.
More like 2, Terry.
Whatever. Anyhow, I think I've come up with a plan which may put us back in the black and possibly make a few bob for ourselves.
What's that noise?
Oh, manifold gasket.
That knocking noise?
Yes, manifold gasket.
What's the manifold gasket?
Well, it's the gasket that rests between the manifold and the cooling system.
Is it supposed to knock like that?
Well, not really. Doesn't matter much if it does. It's probably banging against one of the tappets. Yes, the pinion's probably out of alignment and is knocking against the mudguard.
Do you reckon Ken could fix it?
He doesn't know anything about engines.
Why not?
Because I don't need to. I only go to the races twice a year, and I went on Saturday.
Yeah, but you don't have to go to the races. You can stay here and pick them. You don't have to know much about picking horses, you said. Just tell us who's going to win.
I'm due at my sister's in Horsham tomorrow night.
You can't do it, can you?
I could, but I'm not going to.
Well, I've got $100 here, pal, that says you can't.
I'm not interested. I've got my money. I don't want that.
200. 500.
I don't want it.
Yeah, well, as I said before, mate, you're all full of piss and wind. You come in here, splashing your money around, telling us how good you are at picking horses, carrying on like a two-bob watch, and when we give you the chance for you to show us how good you are, you run a bloody mile.
I am not running a bloody mile. I wasn't sounding off. I don't need your money, and I don't have to show you anything.
Well, I reckon you're full of piss and wind, and you're gutless.
All right, loudmouth, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll set a box up on that bar, you put your money in it, and we'll do the bloody race meeting. And if I don't pick 7 out of 8, or 8 out of 8, at least 7, I will double what's in that box. And if I do, I get half the money, and you can give the other half to any charity that you care to name.
Fetch a box, Dave, will you?
In the army, it's called leadership quality. In business, it's executive potential. Thank God we haven't got any of it round here.
Okay, back around me, Pat. I want all the data we've got on file. I want names, dates, places, times. Oh, for God's sake, Kim, put your skates on. We're leaving. Pat?
We have no data, Bryce. We haven't even started yet.
What does it take to make you think, Pat? Other cases, similar ones, files from which Ken and I can build a profile.
What other cases?
Look, use your initiative, Pat. What about the Sibley case? Now, there's a good starting point.
How can a file on Mr. Sibley's missing greyhound be of any use?
Get ready, Ken.
I'm not going.
What do you mean you're not going?
You handle it.
I need backup, Ken.
Take Pat. I'll mind the office.
I mean real backup. Oh, it's not Sandy again, is it? Can't you sort that out? The woman's a liability. Bloody fool.
Who's Sandy?
His wife. He'd be like this for a week now, you watch.
I didn't know Kim was married.
They live apart. Should never have gotten married. Well, you might as well come with me.
How long were they married?
7 years.
Any kids?
Yes, a girl. Now, come on.
All I'm saying is that the dates that Clemens has gone missing or hasn't turned up to appointments or the super fund's been tickled coincide with the dates of country race meetings.
Now, where did all this come from? What are you doing reading about country race meetings?
Let's assume that Clemens is guilty. Let's assume that he's taken all this money, right? We've got to look at the obvious.
Sure. He's got a woman somewhere.
Or he's a gambler.
Evidence, Pat. We need evidence.
Dates of the race meetings around here. Exactly the same as the dates the money's gone missing.
Circumstantial.
Well, what evidence is there that he's got a woman?
When is the next race meeting?
Tomorrow.
Well, it's a faint chance, Pat, but it's a chance I think we've got to take. Where is it?
Taranook.
Okay. This is either going to work, or it isn't. You realise that we'd have been cleaned up if there'd been something behind us. Taranook's over there.
But the turn-off's back here.
Are you sure?
I saw it 2 minutes ago.
Well, I didn't see it. If you have to buy a car, Pat, why can't you buy one that you can see out of?
He didn't see it. It's only the biggest road sign in the world. How anyone could fail to notice it is beyond human comprehension. He'll have to say something. What can he possibly say? This will be good.
Isn't that amazing? The way you can look at something and not really see it.
Hello there.
G'day, Sandy. Do you want a coffee or something?
Yes.
Jack.
How's things?
Things are fine, thanks. How's Tracy?
Oh, terrific. She says hello. How's Wondermouth?
Bryce. Unbearable.
Kim, I want a divorce.
Jack, I don't think you've met my wife, have you? This is Sandy. Sandy, this is Jack.
Pleased to meet you, Sandy.
Hey, Sandy, have you got any photos of Tracy to show Jack? Don't think you've seen our daughter, have you, Jack?
I haven't got any photos, I'm sorry. Ken, I want a divorce.
Jack, I asked for an espresso. Sorry?
I'm just trying
You've
to talk...
met Jack, haven't you, Sandy?
Ken?
You eaten?
I want a divorce, Ken. There's no point in this childish attempt to avoid the issue. I don't need your consent. I'll get a divorce tomorrow. We've lived apart for 2 years. I just thought it'd be nice for all concerned to be friendly about it for Tracy's sake.
Why do you want a divorce?
Because Bob and I wish to get married.
Excellent idea.
We both thought it was the proper thing to do.
Good for him.
He was also very anxious to meet you. No idea why, but he'd like you to join us for dinner sometime.
That'd be nice.
Well, when would you like to come? Today? Tomorrow?
Yeah, any time. Actually, next week might be better. We're a bit pressed this week.
When next week?
Say Wednesday? No, hang on, Bryce and I. What say we make it Friday of the following week, and I'll ring you midweek to confirm
You're
it.
going to come, do you?
Of course I do.
You don't?
I do. I'd like to meet Bob.
Why do you like him? You're pathetic. I personally couldn't care less whether you came to dinner or not. I just thought it'd be nice for Tracy to see you and Bob together, that's all. She'll survive. All I want's a straight answer. Now, no one's going to hurt you. No one will care either way. Have you wished to meet Bob, yes or no?
No.
Fine. Why?
Yeah, well, I don't usually drink that much at lunchtime.
Sorry about that. You got yourself into it.
It was your idea.
No, it wasn't. Only to bet that one bloke, no one else. I'm not taking the whole district on. That's it, it's off.
What are you saying?
I'm saying it's a bit out of hand. We're all a bit pissed, so let's forget it. I don't even know who's running up here. It's bloody ridiculous.
It's a bit late to call it off, pal. Hey, Terry, there's no chance of calling this thing off, is there?
Oh, none whatsoever. We've ordered the sandwiches.
Well, I'm not taking bets from all over town. This was between you and me. That was the arrangement. I'll go broke here if I'm not careful.
Oh, that's fair enough, I suppose. Tell you what, how would you like it if we took all the names off the board there and just put my name up there, eh? Then if anyone in the bar wants to bet against this smart ass, they can do it through me.
Hey, Dave. Here, I'm in for $50.
How about 5?
5 what?
Winners. 5 or 6. Come on, I don't even know who's running up here. I can't be expected to pick that many winners.
7 winners.
6.
7, you said. Minimum 7. If you can't pick 7 winners, pal, you pay. That's the deal. Finish.
Where's my briefcase?
I don't know.
Didn't you put it in the car?
No, didn't you put it in the car?
With all due respect, Pat, it's not my job to know where my briefcase is.
You've got more important things to think about.
I've got more important things to think about. Are you mocking me?
Will I mock you?
Hello. Good afternoon. 2 rooms, please, with a view if possible.
The one room left. That's between the laundry and the function centre, so not much of a view, I'm afraid. Got a bath, though. Normally we got stacks around. But tomorrow's a race meeting. All this is about. Bloke there reckons he can pick horses. People have come from miles around. Places haven't seen in years. All the fun of the fair. Sign there if you want to read.
Thank you.
100 of this for the kids, 100 for Jilly, and 50 each for Hamish and myself.
And let's see if I can get myself a piece of this.
Sooner or later, the rest of the world will find out about Australian hotel room decor, and cheap imitations of this sort of thing will start cropping up all over Europe and Asia. It'll be a pity in a way. In fact, it'll be a pity in every way you can imagine.
Right. I'll just put my things on the chair there. Right here. You can have the bed if you like, Pat, and I'll sleep on the floor. Or in the chair. Should be comfortable there. If not, there's always the bath. Still, the floor should be fine. Are you happy with that arrangement?
Can't we both sleep in the bed? I'm a big girl now, Bryce. I promise I won't touch you.
Well, only if you're very sure, Pat.
Let's face it, your wife, your kids, they're the most important people in your life. At Allied National, we recognize the family for what it is. A binding contract of love and, yes, responsibility too. Keep your family together with Allied National.
Hey, Bluff!
What happens to your family is up to you. But we'd like to help.
It's interesting, you know. The way you get to know people by working with them, in a way you never can by going out with them or knowing them socially. Do you mind?
No.
It's a completely different sort of relationship. It's stronger, I think, because it's based on a broader understanding. I mean, it's got its tough side, obviously, or it wouldn't last in the workplace, but it's got its tender side as well.
I'll bet you that's Clement's car.
Oh, I doubt it. And yet, you know, in a sense, people often work together.
It's a government car.
Go through the hard times together, solve problems together, without ever really taking the time to get to know each other personally.
Clemens is here somewhere.
It's a paradox.
Well, I don't see why. Car's got government plates. Clemens drives a government car. Clemens goes missing whenever there's a race meeting, and there's a race meeting here tomorrow. I'd be surprised if he's not staying in the hotel.
I don't see how. I'm sharing the last room in this hotel with someone I happen to admire very much.
Hello, Pat.
Duncan Ritter!
What are you doing here?
Get a chair, sit down. Oh, Bryce, I would like you to meet Duncan Ritter, who probably owns all the farms around here. Duncan, this is Bryce. I'm working for him at the moment.
She's working with me, not for me. How do you do?
G'day.
How lovely to see you.
That's not simply, again, I emphasise about AIDS, it's about malaria, it's about hepatitis. Each state will determine.
Hello, Ken.
Hello, Daddy.
G'day, Trace. How are you? Hey, this is for you.
Thanks.
Don't eat it all at once or you'll throw up over Bob's carpet.
Right, see. Off to bed.
Good night, Daddy. Good night, Bob.
Night, sweetie. Ken? Bob. I'm very glad you could make it. That means a lot to Tracy and Sandy that you've made the effort to come.
No, it's all right. I was in the neighbourhood and I thought, you know...
No need to bring anything. You shouldn't have...
Have you got a can opener? Got my brother's dog in the car. Soup was terrific, Sandy.
Scrumptious, Treasure.
Oh, glad you liked it. Second course will be a bit longer in coming, I'm afraid. Potatoes weren't cooked.
You're not in Apex by any chance, are you, Ken?
Not that I'm aware of.
Have you ever been interested?
Haven't given it much thought, to be honest.
Oh, you should, you know. I'm a full member. Have been for 10 years. Excellent facilities, international standard, and plenty of parking space. Parking's a breeze.
I'll bear that in mind.
Well, if you are interested in joining Ken, just give us a call. You'll need someone to speak for you, and I'd be only too happy to recommend you to my chapter. I could arrange a second or two without much trouble. If you're interested.
Oh, yeah, I am. Excuse us.
Sit down! Come on, sit! Here's to tomorrow, lads.
Good luck.
Cheers. Hey, Dave. Yep. How much do you reckon's in that box by now?
Oh, I reckon about 4,000.
Listen, mate, I reckon you ought to get a couple of boys to stay here and keep an eye on him, just in case he tries to do a
Thank you. Yeah.
Now, don't say I'll never take you anywhere. Wave to Bob, will you? I've got my hands pretty full here.
Just fly with me, baby. Fly away.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Were you asleep?
No, I was just unwinding.
Sorry about this.
What are you doing?
Do you know you've left the bathroom light on?
Yes, well, I'm not fussy about lighting. I'll leave that to you.
Oh, it's probably better not to waste electricity. See you later.
Thanks. Probably a bloody member of Apex.
7:32 on this cold and frosty morning. And here's some bright music to help you get up and running.
You going somewhere?
Me?
Yes.
No, it's special. Can't sleep. Thought I'd go for a drive.
Car won't go. No rotor arm.
Where is it?
In the box.
I thought I'd go and have a look at the track.
You want to come inside and listen to Turf Roundup? I'll tell you about the track.
Take a beer, Dave.
Bit of quiet, please. Bit of shush. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, throughout the day, sandwiches and savouries will be available at the serving house. Also coffee. The cups, milk and sugar are in the lounge. On the house. Drinks also available from your friendly bar staff. On the house. The box will close at 12:20. That's 10 minutes before the running of the first race. Yeah. And if anyone's got a car parked
Clemens over there, brown suit.
please move it now.
It's not.
There's more beer.
Who is it?
That's Stow. Bloke called Stow. I just saw him bet $3 grand.
Stow?
Yes, they wrote his name on the board.
Stan Clements.
Oh. You had any breakfast?
Yeah, thanks.
Did you get your steak last night?
Yes, thanks.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah, thank you.
Good.
I can only just cover these bets now. This is completely out of hand.
$50 to me. Come on, let me put my $50 on. Two to the old boy. How are you, son?
Thank you. I don't know what you're going to think of this, but I'll put it to you anyway. I've been asked by Mr. Wallace to offer you now, prior to the commencement of race 1, the following arrangement. He is prepared to open that box at this stage and pay you all 1.5 times whatever's in there.
Hi.
G'day.
Sorry to drag you in here, but I've got some papers I want you to have a look at.
What are they?
They're sort of divorce papers, who gets what, that sort of thing.
Oh, I see.
Don't worry, I don't want anything of yours. I wouldn't mind some of that kitchen stuff, though, and that big Chinese chest.
The Chinese chest? No, I'm using the Chinese chest.
What for?
Well, actually, I'm not, but I think the dog would be a bit lost without it.
You're joking. You're not, are you? That just belonged to my mother.
What about Tracy?
What about her?
Am I going to get to see her?
Of course.
You're really going through with this thing, aren't you?
Well,
Half an hour, and I leave with a bottle of turps about that big. We're never going to be rich, Trace. Ken?
Well,
what's happening in here?
oh, we're just going over the settlement papers.
Oh, now, don't you sign the shop over to Ken by mistake, will you, eh? No, seriously, Ken, I think you'll be happy with the arrangements. I don't expect you to continue paying maintenance, and Tracy will be all right. I'd like to take care of these things myself. No, really, Ken, there's nothing to worry about, mate.
Now then, break one here, broken sign.
Shut up!
There and full of running and Pakenham on Saturday. Full of running indeed last Saturday was broken tine. Lord Palliser first up from a spell. I don't think she'll figure too prominently in the final stages. A very well credentialed contender in this event, however, is Zorba's Pride.
Can't we be more sensible about this? How about I pay 1.5 times the kitty plus a grand for charity?
No.
2 grand.
Right.
I'm not going to be able to cover all this. It doesn't matter what we said. The simple fact is I just haven't got that much money.
Look, pal, you just go back to the bar, relax and enjoy yourself. You've had your car valued. You'll be fine.
Harrowly, Skyra. Ready for a start now. The red light is flashing. Ready to jump here. There they go, and he's caught them nicely. Zorba's Pride got a good start, so too did Broken Tine, Flying Cargo, Lord Palliser, Valley Brown and Harrowly. Nicely bunched there as they go round the top turn for the first time. Papadoc go back to second, 11 Y front, Ticky Crongo light on the fence. Crongo lad looking in all sorts of trouble in on the fence there. Go back about 3/4 of a length to Incisor and Malacross. Back at the front of the field, it's Broken Tine, Zorba's Pride going to the front now. Zorba's Pride, Flying Cargo going with that one also. So too is Lord Palliser and Valley Brown. Harrowly on the outside, right on the very outside is Harrowly, but it's Valley Brown and Lord Palliser bobbing and weaving at the front of the field. Harrowly going backwards now and Flying Cargo on the rails. Flying Cargo, Broken Tine pulling them in now. Zorba's Pride's now got to the front. Zorba's Pride going away. Broken Tine claims it now. Broken Tine goes on to win. Broken Tine goes on to win. Broken Tine a very good win here in the first. Broken Tine a very good win here from Zorba's Pride. Go back to Valley Brown. Harrowly coming in now. Valley Brown, second 11. Papadoc Incisor near the rear of the field. Malacross never in it. And the boogie Normaskew moving out wide to challenge. Normaskew going very wide for the challenge. Jenny Wren positioned nicely as they go to the 3 furlong peg.
Can someone turn that crap off?
Son beating the boogie and Normaskew.
You're a little Georgia, aren't you, Ken?
Back to both occasions. 3/4 of the ranks to Vestibular. Vestibular in on the rails. Conmar, Dogger, Imperfections, Diatomite, Carringmar getting to the front now. Brief Fandango's in this also. They're all over the track. It's very hard to pick. Soapy Waters moving up on the outside, and Croatia Kitten and Nickelodeon on the inside. Jenny Wren and Carringmar. Jenny Wren and Carringmar have got to the front now. Jenny Wren, couldn't pick it. The judge has gone for the photo. The numbers going in the frame now. Number 4, Carringmar, has got up from 7, Jenny Wren, and 12, Waimira Sun, hanging on for the minor money. That's 4, Carringmar, 7, Jenny Wren, and number 12, Waimira Sun. But Carringmar winning it and winning it well. The winner here, Carringmar. Race 3 moving on. The Ultramine Roofing Handicap, a late scratching here. Take out number 7. Take out 7, a Cool Combo. Cool Combo has been scratched. The race time to start here at 1:30. The track firm. A little light rain beginning to fall.
Rain?
A little light rain beginning to fall here.
Is it raining out there?
Drifting out to the west.
What do I mean it's raining? It's not supposed to rain. What's form going to mean in the bloody rain? The horses in the rain, it's a raffle. Race 3 and it's raining. This is bloody ridiculous. The only horse I'd ever heard of, and this has been scratched and it's rained.
First Commander's a very good wet weather performer. Another good wet weather performer would be King Dasher. Look very carefully at London. I'd say you can count the rest out. Auto Stop might do quite well, but I'd go for Boys of Future. Jackie Howe. They would be the 2 best performing wet weather. Badly bunched in the centre. It's very tight in there as Porter Stop comes away now, closely followed by Jackie Howe, pulling out all the stops, and Boys of Butte going with that one also, but too late. Jackie Howe and Porter Stop stride for stride. There's not too many how-do-you-dos about this. Porter Stop coming away. Porter Stop coming away now. Too many legs on the day. Porter Stop, a very commanding win here and a very impressive win indeed. Boys of Butte got up for second. Jackie Howe probably for the minor money from Imagana. I would have thought then go back about 3/4 of the length to Theo's Pup. The rest of it were never in it. Porto Stop, a very good win here in race 3. Protest, ladies and gentlemen, there has been a protest registered here at Race 3 against the first alleging interference in the street.
So, Bob drives you to school every day, does he?
Yes, he's got someone else.
As long as he doesn't drive you to Apex. So what grade are you in now? 1?
2.
Oh.
Thank you very much. I've got this now. Ladies and gentlemen, the protest has been upheld. The protest has been upheld. The students have upheld the protest. The amended result now for race 3 is first, number 2, Boys of Butte. First, number 2, Boys of Butte. Quarter stop has gone. Second, number 8, Jackie Howe. And third, number 11,
I think I'll have another
That's a
scotch and
tragedy.
cake,
Quarter
thanks,
stop
Dave.
won that well. Quarter stop who got up to win has lost race 3 on a protest.
Here we go,
Boys
mates.
of Butte. Boys of Butte, the new winner of race 3. Treat 'em well by 3/4 of a length. Appleton's gone for the whip on Glory Glado and Varden Cry the split, but treat 'em well, bowling along nicely in the front. Daylight Drip coming from nowhere. Daylight Drip down. Daylight Drip's gone down. Daylight Drip has gone down. And Varden Cry and Glory Glado are out after Treat 'em well, but Treat 'em well will go on to win and win quite well from Varden Cry. Go back a length to Glory Glado. Shady Grove at the head of the others. Drover's Dog, a surprising run, went backwards when they straightened. Mudlarks are having a little field day here in the conditions. Breakfast of Champions followed in there by Brick Shiver. Call for service, Beethoven's Nine, Bobby Shafto, Never in It Night, Trop. Screw Loose Caravan Park, used by date, completely outclassed. Back to Allswell and sure to fire a distant blast. Treat 'em well, a pay gelding by Jack-o'-lantern out of Wallow Deep-owned and trained by
I don't know, what do you think?
No, he can't. Not in the wet.
You don't think so?
No, not in the wet. There are horses winning here that no one's ever heard of.
You follow the horses, do you?
No, I used to. Not the horses I'm interested in, though. It's him.
Yeah.
I think he's had it. The protest into race 3 and not one favourite up all day. Well, I think he's gone.
You bet against him, have you?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you something, though. This is better than the races. I've been to 4 race meetings in 12 days, and this is better than any of them.
Did you win?
I'll win today.
A lot?
Actually, it's not for me. I'm chasing a debt, to be honest. But I'll be getting it back today.
Well, good luck.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I reckon this bloke shot his bolt. The next race is a complete shambles. I think he missed the last one.
I don't even know any of the jockeys in this one. I don't know why they run races like this. A maiden handicap in the rain. It's bloody stupid. Anything might win this.
On the house.
Who's this friend of yours?
Michelle Ann. She's got a horse.
Has she? Does Mum let you stay here often?
Sometimes.
Don't her parents mind?
No, Michelle stays at our house times.
Still, it's a bit of work for a mum and dad, though, isn't it?
Michelle's only got a mum, but Dad went away with someone at his work.
Oh, did he? Okay. Off you go. Don't get up to anything. Oh, this Michelle's mum. Do you think she and Bob would get along?
How long have I got?
Now,
Who do they pick on the radio? Has anyone heard of a jockey called Davidson? Has anyone got a pin? Yeah? Well, I might as well. It's as good as any other method. Charging home. Sounds all right to me.
It's only got 3 legs, mate.
Just waiting here for the commencement of race 8. Race 8 is about to start. You send me going into the stalls now. You send me going in at Mary Decker going in, charging home, not anxious to go in at all. Charging home, pretty unsettled at this stage.
Charging home, settle down.
Out here. Weather conditions greatly improved. Crowd assisted racing, and he's caught them nicely this time. You Send Me's jumped out nicely, so too did Mary Decker. Brigalong coming away now with Pass Card. Sloper Sue and Pass Card bobbing and weaving at the front of the field, closely followed in there by Brigalong and You Send Me. Coming down the outside now on the grandstand side, it's Charging Home coming from nowhere. Brigalong holding on. Brigalong is holding on the inner, and Charging Home is coming down the outside with a withering run down the outside. Charging Home is coming again. Charging Home, a sensational run down the outside. Pass Card, what a performance. Pass Card has got up on the rails. That's the most astonishing win. Pass Card down the inside. Pass Card was nowhere for anybody's money, and Pass Card has got to be Charging Home and beat him well. Colourless last to win that race. Charging Home had it won. Charging Home had it won and had it won well. Mary Decker fell incidentally about 2/3 of the way down this race. Eruption Lady and Bill 5 boys still coming in now, and Kirsten's counter, I'm afraid, has had to be shot.
Gentlemen. Dave, just read them out, will you? Right, Cliffy, let's have it. Race 2, Carrying Mark.
Yeah, it's on the board. Yeah.
Right. Race 1, Broken Time.
Yeah, we know that one.
Yeah.
Race 8, Charging Home.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know the winner of race 8 was indeed Pass Card.
One down, one to go. Race 6, Constaminti.
Yeah, righto, Dave. Listen, let's have race 3 next, mate, all right?
Come on, Dave, race 3. Race 4, Freedom Well. Freedom Well.
Yeah, Dave, the race 3 was a protest. Let's have that one next, eh?
Yeah, race 3, Boys of Butte.
What?
How do you do that?
Two left.
Race 5, Tippy Tar. Race 7, Flutal.
What?
7 out of 8.
Name your charity.
Right. If the cops pull you up, lie about your age, okay?
Can I have a word with you, please?
Sorry, love, I'm a bit pushed.
You're a crook, Mr. Wallace.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that. If you'll excuse me.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, Mr. Wallace.
Come on, Pat.
I know how you did that trick.
It was no trick, my girl. That was very good luck.
Come on, Pat.
Before race 6, you write down the winner of race 5. Your selection for race 7 is the winner of race 6, and your so-called selection of race 8 is the horse that just won race 7. You write down the name of the horse that won the previous race.
Very clever. So what was I tipping in race 1 if I was one race behind? A horse from the previous week?
No. I'd say your selection for race 1 was probably a horse called Charging Home, which came second in race 8. It was the only guess you had all day, and it nearly won.
You're mad, love.
I'm getting angry, Pat.
Why didn't you put your selections up on the blackboard where everybody could see it? Why one race at a time, and why on little bits of folded paper? Now, the first time they know of any of your selections is after the last race, when the box is opened. You can't lose.
They wanted it that way.
You wanted it that way. You set it up.
You can't prove that, you know.
I wouldn't have to. You think those people are doing it?
I'm going without you, Pat. What do you want?
I want my friend's money back.
Oh, fair enough. What was it? $20? I could have won.
50.
No, you can have his money. I want Stan Clements' money, $3,000.
That's blackmail. Is Clements a special friend of yours, is he?
No, he's just a fool. He's like them. He's just a greedy fool.
Well, listen, why don't we go in there and take $5,000 out of charity? Give them half my money to charity, you know?
No, you haven't. You've given half their money to charity. You're even dishonest with yourself. Now, just give me the money and get out of here, all right?
You got a good eye for horseflesh, Wallace. Take my hat off to you. Pat, you ought to sharpen up your act a bit.
Ken?
I was just passing.
Yes?
And I thought I'd drop in and wish you and Bob all the best. And say that it's okay. Okay.
You'll cope, will you?
Yeah, it's not a problem.
What problem? What are you talking about? We haven't lived together for 2 years, and the 5 we did were a farce.
Well, fair enough. Look, all I really dropped in to say was that it's okay, and I don't see why we can't just be good friends.
I don't want to be good friends. To be honest, I don't really want to see you much again. You can see Tracy whenever you like. I just don't want you dropping in on me and Bob, pretending to be old chums.
I like Bob.
You hate Bob.
I don't. He's in Apex. It's against the law to hate anyone in
I
Apex.
couldn't care less what you think of Bob. It simply doesn't matter.
He's a good bloke.
He's a wonderful man. He's generous. He tells me when he's coming home. He doesn't wander off for days at a time. He remembers Tracy's birthday and he pays our bills before we go to court.
You don't reckon it's worthwhile us having one last crack at it then, do you?
Piss off!
For Tracy's sake.
You bastard. You've seen her twice in the last 6 months. Don't give me Tracy. You don't want me back, Kim. If you'd wanted me back, you should have thought about it 5 years ago. You're just too late. Now go. Please go, Kim.
You got a can opener? Pat, this trick of Wallace's, how did he do it again?
Bryce, look, let's say that race 1 is won by parking ticket.
Uh-huh.
Race 2 is won by please feed my brother's dog on Thursday.
Gotcha.
And race 3 is won by final notice.
Right.
Now, before the first race, I write down the name of something that's running in the last race, probably the favourite, and I put it in the box. Now, after the first race is won by parking ticket, I write down parking ticket on a piece of paper and I put it in the box, and it looks like my selection for race 2, right?
Uh-huh.
After race 2 has been won by please feed my brother's dog on Thursday, I write down please feed my brother's dog on Thursday on a piece of paper, I put it in the box, and it looks like my selection for race 3, and so on.
Ah, that's brilliant. So you picked the horse of the previous. That's brilliant. How did you work that out?
There was a beer stain on the piece of paper that went in the box as his selection for race 5. When it came out of the box, it had the selection for race 4 on it.
Ah.
Hi, Kim.
Welcome home.
How's things?
Things are fine, thanks. Listen, what's been going on? Have you had that brat in here again? The place looks like a creche.
Nice to have you back, Bryce.
You sorted out Sandy yet?
How are you, Pat?
Oh, ball of muscle, thanks. We got Clement's money back.
Great.
Hey, listen to this, Ken. Listen to this. We just solved this really big case. Now, this guy, he picks 7 out of 8 winners every time. He never fails. 7 out of 8.
Yeah.
Before each race, he makes a selection. At the end of the day, they open the box, and sure enough, 7 out of 8 winners. Now, you tell me, Ken, how does he do it?
Does he write all the selections down at the start, or does he pick one horse before each race?
One horse before each race.
Oh, come on, smarty pants.
By writing down the winner of the previous race.